Emotional stability is one of the most important traits that support a satisfying and balanced life. Decades of psychological research show that people who manage their negative emotions effectively tend to feel more content with their relationships, their work, and their everyday experiences. Understanding what emotional stability is and how to strengthen it can help anyone feel more grounded and fulfilled. What emotional stability means. In the 1970s, psychologists introduced a personality model known as the Big Five. It includes 5 major traits: extroversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and neuroticism. The opposite of neuroticism is emotional stability. This trait reflects how often and how intensely we feel negative emotions. People with a high level of emotional stability do not avoid unpleasant emotions completely. They simply experience them less frequently and manage them more effectively when they do arise. Every trait of the Big Five exists on a spectrum. Most people fall somewhere in the middle between emotional stability and neuroticism. This means that emotional stability is not a fixed quality. It can develop and change throughout life. How emotional stability supports a more satisfying life. A long-term study published in 2023 examined how personality traits relate to satisfaction with social relationships. Participants between the ages of 16 and 95 rated the quality of their relationships, and researchers analyzed how different traits of the Big Five influenced life satisfaction across different life stages. Earlier studies had already shown that people who score higher in extroversion, openness, and agreeableness tend to be more satisfied with life. The new research focused on how this connection changes as people grow older. For example, young people with higher extroversion often find it easier to make friends. Later in adulthood, other traits begin to play a stronger role. Openness and emotional stability become more important as individuals form families and long-term partnerships. The study also confirmed that emotional stability remains strongly linked to greater life satisfaction throughout the entire lifespan. Conscientious people tend to enjoy their work more. Those with high agreeableness and extroversion are more likely to feel satisfied with their social connections. And people who gradually strengthen these traits over time generally report higher satisfaction, both in work and in relationships. How to strengthen emotional stability. Although personality is partly shaped by genetics, it can still evolve through deliberate practice. Each person starts from a different point, but everyone can learn to manage emotions more effectively. Several strategies can support this process. Use the stress bucket idea. Imagine that you carry a bucket that fills with each stressful event during the day. Minor worries add only a little. Major tasks fill it almost to the top. People with strong emotional regulation have a bucket with a valve that releases stress. Try to discover what works as a release for you. It may be movement, breathing exercises, music, or meaningful conversations. Once you know what helps, you can manage stress more effectively. Take care of yourself. Supportive social connections are one of the strongest protective factors. Spend time with people you trust. Walk outdoors. Maintain a healthy sleep routine. Even small actions can lighten the load in your stress bucket and improve your overall well-being. Build realistic habits. New habits should be simple and achievable. If you want to meditate, do not begin with long sessions. Start with 5 minutes. Pay attention to your breathing and your physical sensations. Increase the time only when the habit begins to feel natural. When habits are easy to maintain, they gradually shape a more stable and balanced personality.